In our first video, we showed you how we can use Abbyy FlexiCapture for Invoices to help us with the processing of purchase invoice documents. If you've not watched this, we would recommend doing so, as this will cover introduction to Abbyy FlexiCapture features that are not covered here. In this second video, we're going to build on this by demonstrating how we can match our invoice document to the original purchase order data in our back-end systems, and demonstrate extracting of line items. We're also going to show you an example of storing our purchase invoice document into a document management system. I've configured a new project and set up links to a demo purchase order database, and I've loaded our test invoices. If we take a look at the verification window for the first invoice, you'll see that Abbyy has identified the purchase order on the document, and a rule has been checked to make sure that it matches against the purchase order total in our back-end system. We're also verifying the line items against the original purchase order items. You'll notice at the bottom of the screen that we've added a custom field which allows us to choose whether to extract line items or not. So on the second invoice, if this is set to false, then no line items are extracted. Abbyy allows us to perform this sort of conditional processing, which makes it very flexible to different customer requirements. Once we've finished verifying that the data identified by Abbyy FlexiCapture is correct and all the business rules have been met, we then have the ability to export the identified data and the document image to a variety of sources. We can support multiple formats, allowing us to integrate with ERP and accounts packages. We're going to demonstrate exporting the data to a document management system called infoRouter, and also exporting to files. And what you're seeing here is a custom interface to infoRouter, which Document Genetics have designed, called InfoExplorer. In infoRouter, we've created a document library called Invoices, and in that document library we've also added some custom fields which allows us to search for invoices at a later date. So I'm going to go and find some documents that are ready for export. Normally Abbyy would export these automatically once they've been verified successfully, but just for the purposes of this demo we're doing it manually. Once I export from Abbyy, a PDF document will be created and stored in infoRouter, and also we've set the script to create some export files, both the header and line item information. And of course this can then be imported into our ERP or accounting system. If I go and search for one of our invoices using one of the custom fields, you'll then see that the document then has all of the information in the custom fields that's been populated through Abbyy. And of course I can view this document. We can also automatically add this document into a workflow approval process, so the purchase invoice can be validated by users and approved. So I'll just give you an example of that now. We can see on the right hand side our document, and our user can then approve that. And any comments and the approved status will then be stored in the document history. We can also attach a related document to this invoice if required.